Hiver, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, we're making one of my all-time favorite desserts. Something that's perfect for any occasion, from a family dinner to a big celebration. It's beautiful, it's delicious, and best of all, it's incredibly easy to make. We're whipping up a stunning berry trifle with pound cake. Trust me, your guests will think you spent hours on this, but it'll be our little secret just how simple it is. So, if you're ready to create a show-stopping dessert, let's get started. First things first, let's gather our ingredients. You don't need a lot, which is another reason I love this recipe. For the star of our show, the berries, I'm using a mix of fresh strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. A combination of at least 2 or 3 types works best for that beautiful color and flavor variety. You'll need about 4 cups in total. Next, we need our cake. I'm using a store-bought pound cake to keep things super simple, but feel free to use your favorite homemade recipe or even angel food cake. We'll also need some heavy whipping cream, powdered sugar, and a little bit of vanilla extract to make our luscious whipped cream filling. And for that extra layer of creamy goodness, we'll use a vanilla pudding mix. You'll need milk for the pudding. And I also like to have a little orange juice or a sweet liquor on hand to brush onto the cake, but that's totally optional. Okay, let's start with the prep work. This part is quick and easy. First, we'll wash our berries and gently pat them dry. For the strawberries, I like to hull them and slice them up. The smaller berries like blueberries and raspberries can usually be left whole. Once they're all prepped, put them in a large bowl. Now, I like to add a tablespoon or 2 of sugar to the berries. This helps them release some of their natural juices, creating a lovely syrup that will soak into the cake later. Just give them a gentle toss and set them aside for about 15 minutes. While the berries are macerating, let's prepare our cake. Take your pound cake and slice it into 1-inch thick pieces. Then, cut those slices into 1-inch cubes. You want bite-sized pieces that will layer nicely in your trifle bowl. If you want to add a little extra flavor, now is the time to lightly brush the cake cubes with some orange juice or a splash of Grand Marnier for a more adult version. This step adds a bit of moisture and a subtle citrusy or boozy note that complements the berries perfectly. Next up is our creamy vanilla pudding layer. Just follow the instructions on the box of your instant vanilla pudding mix. Typically, you'll just whisk the pudding powder with cold milk for about 2 minutes until it starts to thicken. Once it's smooth and has a nice, thick consistency, cover it and pop it in the refrigerator to set up completely while we make our whipped cream. For the whipped cream, make sure your heavy cream is very cold. It whips up much better that way. Pour the cold, heavy cream into a large, chilled bowl. Using an electric mixer, start on a low speed and gradually increase to high. Once soft peaks start to form that S, when the cream holds its shape, but the tip flops over it as time to add the powdered sugar and vanilla extract. Continue to beat on high speed until you have stiff peaks. This means when you lift the beaters, the cream stands straight up. Be careful not to over-whip it, or you'll start making butter. And that's it. Look at this light, fluffy, perfectly sweet whipped cream. Now, for the fun part, assembly. Grab your trifle bowl. If you don't have one, any large glass bowl will work so you can see those beautiful layers. We're going to build our trifle in a specific order. Start with a layer of our pound cake cubes on the bottom. Arrange them in a single, even layer, filling any gaps. Next, spoon about 1/3 of our juicy berry mixture over the cake. making sure some of the berries press up against the glass. Then we'll add a layer of our chilled vanilla pudding. Spread it evenly over the berries. Finally, top that with a generous layer of our freshly whipped cream, and then we repeat. Another layer of cake cubes, another layer of berries, another layer of pudding, and another layer of whipped cream. Ciwyntir begointir bofiol, bioileyi of whipped cream. For the final touch, I like to create a beautiful arrangement of the remaining fresh berries on top. It makes the trifle look so elegant and inviting. And there you have it! A gorgeous, delicious, and incredibly easy berry trifle. Before serving, I highly recommend letting it chill in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours, or even overnight. This gives the flavors time to meld together and allows the cake to absorb all those wonderful juices from the berries and the cream. When you're ready to serve, just scoop it out into individual bowls and watch everyone's faces light up. The combination of the soft cake, the creamy pudding, the light whipped cream, and the fresh, tangy berries is just absolute perfection. It's the perfect dessert for summer, for holidays, for any time you want something special without all the stress. Thanks so much for joining me today to make this beautiful berry trifle. I hope you give this recipe a try and love it as much as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more easy and delicious recipes. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see me make next. See you in the next video. Bye!